What's going on, YouTube? This is Tembrews, aka Ethan, here with another tutorial video. I'm gonna do a beat breakdown. So last time I was making a beat from scratch. This time, hopefully, gonna be a little bit shorter for you. Just gonna show you how I made one of my beats that I already put out. If you're new to my channel, I make a lot of music. I make house music and rap beats and tutorials, starting with tutorials. This is my second one. If you don't mind, if you like the video, please let me know. Comment, like the video, hit the subscribe button. I plan to do a lot more tutorials like this one, and I'm always putting out music. So, yeah, any engagement at all helps a lot. Any feedback, good or bad, I would love to hear from you. Let's get into the tutorial here. So I have the project file open. This beat is called Going Down. I think the final name would have been Down, but it's a Juice Wrld type beat. So I make a lot of Juice beats. He's one of my favorite artists. Rest in peace. So just getting right into it here. I started with this guitar, and usually if I'm not using a loop, I'll start with like a chord progression. So I'm going to solo this guitar here and play for you guys this 8-bar chord progression. So not sure why I wasn't playing right away. Here we go. Here's the chords so you can see them. And this is in the key of A minor. So usually what I'll do, I'll pull up my keyboard here and I'll just try to find a starting chord. In this case, it was D, G, B. And then, I'll play around. Sometimes it goes quick, sometimes it takes a while to find the right progression. But, I'll start with one or two chords, find out what key it is, put the key here, so then I know all the notes I can use in that key. So, because you want to make sure your song's in key, or else it will sound weird. So that's what I started with here. And okay, let's see. I also have a second guitar here playing the same chords. It's just this is more it's not just playing the chord once, it's playing it a few times to get the rhythm going, kind of like a strumming. So you can hear both of those. And for guitar, I found this free plugin. It's called Ample Guitar 2 Lite. You can just, if you search Ample Guitar on Google, you can find that. It's a great free plugin in my opinion. Sounds pretty good for being free. So yeah, it's cool here. There's like a strummer tab. You can make it strumming. I haven't fully figured this out yet, but and there it has built-in effects. Let's see what I have on it. So unless you turn it off, it already has the reverb on. So it looks like I kept that on, and I'm not using any of the other built-in ones for this one. I will show you the processing I have on the guitar. So I have an EQ to cut out the lows, cutting out some of the very highs. Not really sure if that's doing anything. Then I have a Camel Crusher on it. I think I mentioned this in my last tutorial. This plugin, it makes any sound like bigger and fatter. So I use it all the time. It's one of my most used. I'll let you hear it with and without. So just turn the rest of these off for now. So here's without. As you can hear, a lot quieter. And then with, just way bigger, fatter. Moving on, then I have another EQ to cut out the lows again that were added by the Camel Crusher. Then I have some reverb. I use the Valhalla Room. I just kind of play around with the settings till I think it sounds good. And then I have a stereo imager to make the sound wider in the mix, because it's the main element. And then I process the second guitar the same way. So that's those playing together. So the second 8 bars, I just have this bass line that I actually use for the entire song. And this is a Serum bass. It's one of the built-in plugins, bass, mod wheel. And then it has a filter right here. I'll cut out the highs. I have an EQ here. It doesn't look to be on. It should be. I don't know why it's not. I think I use like an old preset of settings for the bass. So more EQ, Camel Crusher, stereo imager. I'll make the bass mono, so I'll turn the width all the way down to 0. You don't have, I mean, there's no rules in music, but a lot of the time you want your bass and your lower frequencies to be mono. So if I want to do that, I'll bring the width to 0. And then you want the higher frequencies, such as the guitar, to be wider, just so the whole mix is filled up. So I'll play this here. This is the intro still. Okay, so getting into the chorus here, the chorus section. Still have the 2 guitars, the bass, and then I added a piano, just playing the same chords as this guitar. Solo that, same chords. For the piano, I'm using Nexus 2. This is my go-to synth for pianos. I think they have really good pianos built in. Playing the ballad grand piano. Processing. Similar to the guitar, I have an EQ cutting out the lows. I'm also cutting out the highs because you don't want too much of the highs. That's usually where a vocal would be, a rapper. Camel Crusher. Another EQ cutting out lows and highs, so you just have those mid frequencies. Reverb. And also made the piano wide here. Also in the chorus, so I'm using the same synth bass. Then I have a kick. Using the Southside gritty kick. He has a great pack, a couple great packs on Splice. I use Splice for a lot of my drums. There's some good drum packs there. Southside has a great one in my opinion. Then I have this clap as well. So this is mainly the chorus here. And just to show you this clap, also a Splice clap. The name's not here, I'm not sure which one it is, but I have some processing on it. I cut out the lows. And then I have some reverb, also made the clap wide. Lately, I've been making my drums, leaving them more raw, so not using as many effects on them. I think they sound better. A lot of other producers have told me that as well. This was before I kind of realized that, so I would still cut out the lows, but I probably wouldn't use the reverb, or I don't know if this stereo imager is necessary, but yeah, at the time, that's how I processed the clap, kick, I have a Camel Crusher on the kick, so same preset, British clean. I use that like anytime you see Camel Crusher almost. So that's just making the kick fatter here, and I think the kick sounds good. So that's the chorus. The second half of the chorus, I just have a little top melody here being played by the piano. So I'll show you this. And that's the same piano that's playing the chords. Another Nexus. Same processing. I think that I love that top melody. Let me know what you guys think. So that's the chorus. Then getting into the verse here, I have the 808s come in, as well as the hi-hats and some open hats. Okay, so I'll play that for you here. So I'll solo the 808 for you here. Usually what I'll do, I'll lay the clap down first on every third beat. Then I fill in the 808 around the clap. I find that to be easiest. So I'll solo those for you guys. I actually took out the clap and the hats for the first beat of the verse here. Just gives a little variation. Show you guys the 808 pattern. And I'm just playing the bass notes of the chords. So that way everything's in key, everything's going along together, and it makes it really easy if you make the chords first, because then you already know what notes to use for the 808, in my opinion. And yeah, I have a Fab Filter Saturn on the 808, just trying to, it's a saturation plugin, kind of makes it sound bigger, fatter. As I said before, I kind of leave the drums raw now, so nowadays I would not use this probably. And then I just have an imager making it mono, like the kick, because it's the bass, low frequencies. Also, this may not be necessary, because a lot of times an 808 sample is already mono, so I'm not sure if this is really doing anything. It might have already been mono, but I do that just to make sure, because you know it's easy. Then show you the hi-hat pattern here. Here's the hi-hat pattern. Make this a little bigger here. Too big. So yeah, I'll just play around with the grid here to get a good rhythm for the hi-hats. Then something I do a lot is I'll put some of the notes down an octave or just at lower notes. It adds variation and makes it interesting, in my opinion. Processing on the hats, cutting out more of the lows, because you know you only need the high frequencies really for the hi-hats. Reverb, which you know I don't always use anymore on them. And then imager making them wide, which also I probably wouldn't do anymore, but depends. And then I have a open hat here playing on every fourth beat. And for the first 8 bars of the verse, I actually took the kick out, so it's just the 808. And then the next 8 bars, the kick comes in along with that top melody on the piano. So everything, I'll play the first 8 bars of the verse here. And then the next 8 bars, the kick and the top melody come in. again. Second verse, same as the first. Chorus. Third verse, everything's the same. And then for the outro, I just have some strings playing the same chord progression. So this is Nexus. It's a violin preset. I have the reverb and delay turned on. Processing, EQ, cutting out the lows, Camel Crusher, another EQ, reverb, and stereo imager making it wide. I just thought that was a good good sound for the outro. And that is literally it, guys. Honestly, not a crazy amount going on this beat. It's pretty simple. Just guitar, piano, playing a chord progression and top melody, and just some trap drums. Yeah, nothing too crazy. And then, you know, just as far as mixing, play with the volumes so everything's sitting right, sounded good. And that's pretty much it for this one. I'm trying to think if there's anything else cool to show you. Don't think I've been doing this for a while, but I used to, for my mix, I would put a soft clip distortion on the master channel, because it will make the whole beat kind of sound louder. I found out a preset just by watching YouTube videos, and you know, I haven't been using it lately, but I used to use this all the time. It would just make my beats sound louder, I guess. So I'll play you it with and without. This will be with. This without. As you can hear, it's like way quieter. And that's with. So that was good for this one, I think. Let's see if there's anything else. Honestly, that's it. Not too many tracks, like 10 tracks here in this project. I think this was a good one to show you guys. It, you know, wasn't too much to break down, and honestly, one of my favorite juice beats that I made. Make a lot of juice beats, so I really like how this came together with the melody and the chord progression. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this, if this was helpful at all, please let me know. Or if you just have any feedback, good or bad, requests, if you want to see me do a certain type of tutorial or makes a certain type of music, or, you know, just any feedback at all, please hit me up. I would love to talk to you. I appreciate you watching this video. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.